Welcome to part 1 of San Diego.
We're excited that we went to San Diego. We have a lot of fun in San Diego. It was so many things that we had to break it into 2 episodes. Everyone says how expensive San Diego is, and it can be expensive, but we wanted to show you a few things that you can do for free, as well as some great places to eat.
San Diego has always been a favorite vacation destination of ours before we went on the road RVing, and we just want to show you guys some of the fun things we've done in the past on different trips to San Diego. Some things that are free.
Yep.
Some places for restaurants that we really enjoyed, and we also discovered some new places that we really enjoyed while we were out there.
The big difference between our normal trips to San Diego and this trip to San Diego is we were in the RV.
Right.
It actually added a nicer layer to the trip for me. How about for you?
Yeah, it was kind of different not staying in a hotel, but the nice thing is we weren't paying hotel prices like we have in the past.
So because we were in the RV, we stayed at Thousand Trails Pio Pico.
That was a really nice place that we stayed at.
Yeah.
It's a little different system to check in, and
if you want to know about it,
right,
send us an email. We can tell you all about the lottery system.
The crossover system, as they call it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But they had a lounge which served food on certain days, breakfast, sometimes lunch and dinner. But they had puzzles and a lending library, a place for games, TV, everything like that. And it's also where you can get on the Wi-Fi.
Potentially.
Yeah, potentially.
Verizon wasn't working very well at Pio Pico for us.
You may not have internet at your RV or coach because it's kind of in a valley area right near the border, but not too far. How far would you say to the park?
Oh, probably about 7-10 minutes. It's not very far.
Yeah, so there's a nice big park, some picnic tables under like gazebos or shelter areas.
Right.
And they were all cement, so they were chilly. We did bring a blanket one of the times to sit on because I'm delicate.
And still technically winter when we were there.
It was winter, it was chilly. But it was only about 30 minutes to downtown San Diego.
Right.
So that made it very easy. We did learn that there are pay highways and free highways. So you may want to take a look into that for your route. Which one, whether you want to pay for the toll and have a little bit quicker route or go a little farther drive and not have to pay, which is what I choose more often.
Yes. Hi everybody, welcome to Balboa Park in San Diego.
We're going to walk around, explore the park, as well as maybe even go to the Arboretum.
Sounds fun.
Great. Balboa Park is a great area because it has a lot of different museums. Some of them cost, but you can walk around the whole area for free, and it's just nice. They've got the main fountain in the center. They've got the different museums, the Arboretum. Right. So what do you like about the area?
Oh, I just love the flowers. There's a lot of natural flowers around the lakes and the Arboretum. Right. It's free. It's just nice to be able to walk around and just enjoy San Diego and the wonderful weather that they have.
Yeah, there's a lot there. The Arboretum or Botanical Gardens, I don't know which they call it, but it was an indoor structure, so even if it kind of drizzled, you'd be fine. Right. But it had all different kinds of fauna and flora of the area, and it was great just to see them. Obviously, some were dormant because of the being January. But it was beautiful to walk around and just have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It can be much more crowded on the weekends. Obviously, we went during the week. Also, this is like a koi pond, which is super large, but every time we've ever been there, which has been spring or summer, it's filled with lily pads. So you don't really get to see the fish that much during other times of year. So it was kind of nice to be there in January and see a whole new, different look of the park.
Right. But there's quite a few different museums that you can go to, and some of them are a small fee, so just be prepared for that. But one of the last times when we went, there was a train museum, like a little miniature train museum, and
all different kinds of scales.
Very cool. Great for kids.
Yeah, the trains actually move, and they've got just really ornate setups for the miniature trains.
Yep.
Not far from Balboa Park is a little area near the airport that has a couple of restaurants that we like. One of them is a Mexican restaurant, El Indio, and we try to go there every single time we're in town, not only to get some tortillas, but also some tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips.
And always to get some lunch if we can. Outdoor seating out front, as well as a good-sized dining room. It's very simple. You kind of go in, you order, get your food, and sit down. They call out your number and stuff like that.
I think the food's not too expensive either.
No, I mean, it has a variety. They're known for their tamales, so we definitely got a tamale. But like I said, we got some chips and some tortillas to take back to the coach.
Especially now that we're on the road.
Right. Here's our tamale, which was delicious.
Yes.
And it has a little olive at the bottom, so be prepared for that. And then this is a bean and cheese burrito, and that is supposed to be for one. It was obviously easy to split for two because it was super big.
It was.
We had more than enough food between the two of us just with that tamale and that burrito.
Right.
So you would think, oh, that's not a lot of food. It fills you up. Definitely a place to check out. I put the address on the screen there for you. So I would, if you like Mexican food, and it's not super spicy.
No.
Because I'm working up my spice level.
But they do have like a salsa bar that you can go and grab different salsas that are a little hotter for you, just for your taste.
Excellent.
Hey everybody, today we are in Old Town San Diego.
Another great spot while you're in the city. It takes you back in time and shows you a little bit of what used to be when the first settlers to the area were here.
Come have some fun with us.
We love Old Town San Diego.
We sure do.
It's right by one of the missions, and it has a lot of history, and it's just beautiful. They have that whole like courtyard area where it's surrounded by grass and all the little buildings and the little museums. And another big thing for us is free.
Yes.
Absolutely free. So that's great.
Yeah, no entrance fee to get in. To go into the shops, it doesn't
museums
cost
or anything.
Yep.
And it's really nice, and you'll see people walking around all the time. They have different shopping areas. They have different, I want to say themed areas, but they're really not themed. It's just like captured in history.
Right.
And
we headed over to the area where the restaurants.
Right, yeah, they had some of the different Mexican restaurants, and they had some vendors, courtyard area where they do little concerts and stuff like that.
Yep.
And that's nice. It's, a nice area to go and visit, and again, doesn't cost anything. So when people say, oh, San Diego's so expensive, it can be, sure, but it can also be very cost-friendly if you look out for different places.
Yeah,
and
if you do a little research, you can find different places to go that don't cost anything or cost very little to go to.
Yeah, I think that's a great tip, to just make sure that you kind of plan your visit to an area, and that's what we're trying to do here on this channel. So please come back and watch other episodes of different cities and different areas where we can tell you about different food and different things to do. Not all of them will be free, but we always try to be a little cost effective, especially living full-time on an RV.
Right.
And we just walked around the whole square. We went through a bunch of the shops, and it was just a great time. I love having that historic feel and everything like that, but it's nice to get out in the open air, and it's one of those things when you're on the RV, you go in, didn't take very long to drive the tow car in, and plenty of parking all around. Parking didn't cost anything.
Nope.
Free parking, which is hard to find in California in general.
And it was neat, some of the vendors in there, not just jewelry and things like that, but we found a place that sells tea, actually a couple places that sell tea and coffee, and many different, we're big tea fans, not as much coffee, but with tea they had so many different flavors. You could buy per the ounce or buy a quart of it, whatever you wanted, but that was really cool to kind of see in this area, besides just like knickknacks and little tokens of the area, but it was neat to find tea and some coffee as well.
I agree, absolutely. It is dog friendly.
Yes.
We were going to be possibly going to get something to eat after, so we didn't bring Jimmy with us. He has been in the past. He got a little bored the last time, but you can bring dogs there.
Yes.
As long as they're on the leash.
That is true.
Have to be on the leash.
On a different day, we did take Jimmy someplace where you can take him off the leash, and that was at Dog Park at Ocean Beach.
Dog Beach and Ocean Beach, and he had a amazing time.
Blast.
Just being able to run around free, but also, you guessed it, lots of people to meet.
Oh yeah.
So
he would have really preferred all the dogs cleared out and all the owners to stay so he could go and talk to all of them.
I think he'd rather be on a human beach with the exception of one dog allowed.
Right.
I think that would be heaven to him.
Yes.
But unfortunately for him, it's a dog beach.
Doesn't work that way.
And but he had a great time anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, he got a lot of exercise.
Yes.
He did meet a few dogs that he was not thrilled to meet, and got a little more, I don't want to say aggressive, because no dog got aggressive there at all. Got a little bit more in his business. So by the end...
more playful. There's a lot more high energy, playful dogs, and he is not for that.
No, unless you're a human, he's not interested in playing.
Right.
So toward the end of it, he was very happy to walk alongside mom and dad,
right,
and just enjoy the outside. And if he saw someone, then he ventured over to a person. But he learned very quickly that maybe I need to be near mom and dad more often.
Right.
But he definitely was out for the rest of the day. He was tired.
Yes.
He got all his energy out. It's a little dog, so it doesn't take much to exhaust him. If you're bringing your dog with you to San Diego, you have to look this place up because it is great for them. It is a huge section. In fact, I'll put it up on the screen. It's a huge section of the area, and it's just fantastic that they can jump in the water.
Yeah.
They can
access to water, so much shoreline to play on.
Yeah, and then they have like little water fountains at the front of the entrance.
Right.
Not only for humans, but also for dogs. And they just ask you to clean up after your dog and make sure your dog's well behaved.
And they have poop stations as well, so good to know that they have a place
for the dogs.
For the dogs.
Absolutely. They didn't.
Yes.
I didn't see many public restrooms.
That was further away.
Okay. We did decide to go to another restaurant that was a little bit more pricey, but it was the best sushi we've ever had. They have super fresh fish, and they do belly cuts as opposed to just general cuts, and we love that.
And that's something you don't find at most sushi places around the country. I mean, but this place, they've got it.
Yeah, it's really delicious. And the thing that we love is if you like sushi itself, you sit at the sushi bar, and normally it's like 2 sushi chefs for 20 people. This is 1 chef for 4 seats. So you almost have a private sushi chef for you. So it's very easy to order a piece at a time. You don't have to put in a big order. And we like that because then we can slowly kind of eat it. As for prices, it is a little bit more expensive than some sushi places, not as expensive as others, but the fresh quality of it is really amazing. The unagi was melt in your mouth. That's eel with eel sauce, which is just a sweet, delicious sauce. And then the rainbow roll has some options that we don't normally have on them, like octopus, and it was so good. We just loved it, and we tried not to go too crazy because when the guy's there right in front of you, you want to just keep ordering. And but that's the nice thing about him being, or she, we just happen to have a man, being right in front of you, is that you can order, have a little bit. So we slowly had, we just would order 1 or 2 pieces
Right.
at a time to just slowly kind of get there.
Digest and not over order and have leftover rolls that
Yeah, we
are just
couldn't
too
take
stuffed
back to the
eat.
coach
Right.
leftover sushi rolls. So thank you so much for coming on part 1 of San Diego. Next week will be part 2, where we're going to show you even more things to do for free, and even more restaurants.
This will be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's your first time to the channel, we really appreciate if you subscribe. We hope you like the video. You can subscribe, you can hit the bell for notifications, you can push a thumb up for if you like the video.
You can leave comments
Definitely.
if you'd like, but we definitely appreciate everybody that subscribed to our channel, and if it's your first time watching, welcome, and hopefully you're enjoying the content so far.
And if you liked part 1, part 2 is going to be just as good, I feel.
I think so too.
You're not missing out on part 1 or 2.
Right.